Welcome to the 1 Minute Apologist. We interview the world's leading apologists to provide credible answers to curious questions. Warren, you've talked about how there's a right way and a wrong way to help the poor, and obviously the wrong way is just to throw money at the poor without really just teaching them maybe kind of what caused them to be in poverty or what keeps them remaining in poverty. What would be some practical tips that you could say maybe to the church or to those just struggling with poverty? What could they think about? What's the right way to help the poor?
Well, as I've already said, a spiritual component is absolutely essential. So having a poverty care program, if you will, that is rooted in your local church or rooted in a local community is absolutely the best way. The best help is local help. That's number one. So get your church involved or get involved where you see that program happening in your community, where you see a good gospel-based anti-poverty program in your community. Number two, it's important to keep in mind that a lot of people over the course of a lifetime are in and out of poverty, and sometimes it's a precipitating event that causes them to go into poverty, a health crisis. Their car breaks down and they can't get to work, so they lose their job, and all of a sudden that creates a downward spiral in their lives. So we've seen churches, for example, create car care ministries. We've seen churches have emergency funds that maybe help people through a health crisis. So if your church doesn't have a program like that, maybe you should talk to the leadership in your church and find out what you can do to help that church get started. I would also say, too, that in most cities around the country, there are gospel rescue missions, not just homeless shelters, but ministries that are caring for the poor, but are doing it from a biblical perspective. They are dealing with the spiritual brokenness in addition to the material. Maybe there's some addictions there or the financial brokenness. I've never met one director of any of those ministries that didn't say we could not use more money, more volunteers, more people coming down and maybe helping on Thanksgiving to serve food. There's just always a need at those places, and you'd be amazed how one or two or three people who consistently volunteer in some of these smaller ministries can make a really big difference.